Joining us now right here to talk more about this matchup and the world of Joe Looney, it is the Cowboys center, Joe Looney.
What's up, dude?
Hey, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great, man. I heard that Jimi Hendrix reference now. Hey, Joe.
Thank you.
Hey, my dad. Yeah, there it is.
Appreciate that one. Was your dad a big Jimmy fan?
Man.
Are you a big Jimmy fan?
I am, man. My dad loved him too. That's how I learned about him. And Woodstock. My dad used to talk about it all the time, man. How he played the guitar and whatnot. And my dad used to tell me he had oversized thumbs or something too that would help him play.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah,
you
fun
said
fact.
Woodstock. Your dad a big-time toker or what?
That part of his life he didn't really enlighten me about.
Was he there, though?
Nah, he
Did he
wasn't
make it there?
there. I don't think he was there, but he just talks about it. He was a big rock fan, but he loves Pink Floyd, Van Halen. Yeah, all those cats. So
yeah, people like me and Brian's generation and older, like the stories of Woodstock really permeated music culture for a long, long time, and it's great to hear. The influence that it had just on music fans back then. You really didn't have to be anywhere close to have, sort of a change, a life change in how you experience music as a result of that. But Joe, with you, obviously the story and the occupation here being football. How are you feeling here after coming out for a couple of series against Seattle? Is everything back to 100% and all that? Yeah,
definitely feeling better. Just one of those things in football where you get those nicks and knacks, those injuries where you just got to take a look at it, make sure you're all right, and tape up a little bit and then get back out there in the game. But yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm around here. I'm walking and running a little bit, so I can't complain at all.
Were you ready? Were you guys ready for the idea that you might be shuffling some parts along that offensive line? I know now you a guard now, you a center now. Zach said he's a guard yesterday. What position are you?
I'm playing center, but that was just something we had talked about just in case some people went down and whatnot, and Terrence was sick a little bit in the game, and thankfully, man. Me and Zach, I know well, Zach, that was his first reps at tackle, but I played some guard, and, hats off to Zach Martin. I mean, this dude's a phenomenal athlete. To get out there and, take right tackle sets, his first real NFL game taking tackle sets, man, hats off to him.
And, Joe, I was going to ask you about this, and great job, by the way, of shuffling over from center to play guard and stuff like that. And with the line and the communication, all that, how did Tyler handle that, his first opportunity? Were you trying to communicate through him, or was he communicating through all you guys when you guys got going in the game that way?
You know what? Tyler Biadasz came in there, and, I mean, the kid wasn't a rookie when he got in that huddle, and I remember my first time playing center was in San Francisco, and I actually started in Seattle, and I know what that means to, be on that field playing. But this dude came in, man, took command, He, his preparation and whatnot, if you see this kid prepare, his details are outstanding. I mean, I can compare him to, like an Alex Honnold. This dude is unreal at preparing. And, he came in there, knew what he had to do, and I thought he played well.
It's the Joe Looney Show right here on your home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan.
All right, this is a random question. I assume that all happy-go-lucky people are very frugal, Joe. Please tell me you drive like a 1996 Toyota Corolla or something, or did you use some of your NFL money?
You know what? I've used a little bit of my NFL money. I've used a little bit, but I do have a truck. Just I had to get a truck, for Texas, and I feel like playing for the Cowboys, you got to have a truck out here, so.
Yes,
Does it run on diesel? What
it
are you doing
is.
there?
It's diesel, baby. I get that discount for state inspection, $7.
Hey, I hear you, Joe. You got to have a nice truck, and I would say that's not a super flashy vehicle or anything like that. You're staying, I would say in line with what Jeff's talking about, unless it's like, is it a proper cowboy Cadillac? You get all the luxury stuff on it and all that.
Yeah, it's a Denali. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, all right. Oh, that is so badass.
It's got a little lift on it too.
Okay. Oh, I bet it.
If
I
we're
bet
being
it's pretty.
honest here.
I got the standard GMC Sierra. I think it's pretty cool. But I see those Denali's roll by, and I'm like, there it is.
I tell you what, man, I'm so blessed, man. Just blessed to be able to drive that big tank down the road.
Yeah,
Well,
it looks smooth too.
Joe, I rock a Honda Insight Hybrid, and I'll have you know I get 45 miles to the gallon. Are you jealous?
I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous. I could be saving some money on gas. I'm just gonna start riding with you.
That's fine.
I might have to move the seat all the way back, though, right?
Yeah. If you need to get somewhere with great mileage, I'll take you. And if I need to move a mattress, I'll give you a holler.
You remember the Nutty Professor when he got stuck in the Dodge Viper?
Yes.
It's going to be me.
It's the Joe Looney Show here on the Fan. Okay, how was Tyron getting around today? You see him much?
Yeah, man. Tyron's he participated in practice today. He's looking real good. And, it's always awesome to see him out practicing, man. He's a phenomenal player and, can definitely make an impact for our team.
How many weeks do you think it'll be before you realize that we're slow rolling in and then trying to get information out of you that the coaches refuse to give us?
I thought the general did a great job right there with that question myself.
Oh, man. Tyron would be great if he could play on Sunday. This Browns defensive front pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, man, they're pretty good. And I tell you what, from watching film, man, these guys are really active up front. And just saying that, they're constantly trying to get to the ball. And we got to definitely match their intensity going into the game. But I feel real good about our game plan, man. Our coaches, Coach Philbin and Coach Blasco, and Kellen, man, they're putting together a great plan for us, and feeling confident about it, and gonna go put it all out there on Sunday.
Yeah, Joe, and you talk about watching the tape, though. It looked like, and I saw some myself, though. It looked like that they were moving Myles Garrett around. Is that one of those things where you try and you're thinking about, okay, we got to set protection to kind of counter him, but they kind of play him at left end, they play him at right end. You see him sometimes at that defensive tackle spot. How do you always have to keep your eye on him, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you got a player like that on the field, you definitely have to know where he's at. And, I think that's one of the great things about the NFL, and I talk about this all the time, but playing against, the best guys in the world, and it's kind of surreal, you get ready for a snap, whether it's a run or a pass, you get in your stance and you look across and you see, Myles Garrett, number 95, and you're like, man, this is an opportunity for me too to show, that I'm a pretty good football player. So I love it, man, going against the best. And I think that's one of the great things about the NFL is, week in and week out, I know we talk about, oh, well, this team isn't that good, but, I'm the first to say, let me tell you, any player who's stepping on that field on Sunday is not sorry. They're there for a reason, and they're good at football. So, it always gives you that opportunity to show that you're a good football player also.
It's interesting because that was kind of one of my questions today, because you guys have played, just looking at the interior guys, it's Aaron Donald and it's Grady Jarrett and it's Jaron Reed, and it's not really getting easier this year. There's so many good interior players.
Oh, yeah.
When is the last time in your football life you were walking onto the field and you were like, this guy's awful, I'm going to smash this dude?
Man, I think it had to be in college. It had to be in college, man, because I tell you what, the NFL, I'll tell you a quick story. I walked into the NFL, and I was with the 49ers, and, we're doing our 9-on-7 drill. That's basically the offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, running backs. And, Justin Smith, who's one of the greatest three techniques to ever walk, he just grabbed Mike Iupati and kind of threw him on the ground. And, I'm sitting back there, and I'm in a 2 spot, and I'm waiting to go in, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, does anybody see that? Like, you want me to go in there and, do that, man? Like, I can't go in there. Coach, don't call me. But, yeah, man, everybody in the NFL is good. And, my 9-year career, I have not played against anybody who was, who can say that you could just walk up and be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to roll all over this dude.
Joe, I always wanted to ask, and I don't think I've ever, in all my years of scouting and doing stuff, ever asked this question on offensive line. What is easier for you to do, to be a pass blocker or to be a run blocker?
Man, that's a tough question because, both have their own techniques that you have to give time to. And but I definitely say in the league nowadays, the league, it's a passing league. And you have to be able to pass block. And I think one of the things that helps, offensive linemen is if you get a good set, you give yourself a chance in the NFL. If you take a good set and, put your hands and feet in the right place where they need to be, you give yourself a chance to win a rep.
It's Joe Looney with us. Okay, you mentioned the 49ers, and it reminded me, you were accused of a dirty play against Minnesota a number of years ago, and afterward you said, man, I was just trying to finish the play, no intent. What did you think of the Tristan Hill play against Chris Carson, and what's important to get through something like that if it happens to you?
Yeah, I think – when you're out there on the field, you got so many things going through your head, and when we're in practice, our coaches are right there. So, they're telling us, hey, finish, cover the ball, get guys to the ground and whatnot. And, when you got that all going through your head and you're playing in the NFL, especially, we're fighting in the game, stuff happens. And, I don't think anything was malicious about it. And, Tristan's a great dude, man. I don't think he's out there trying to hurt people. I don't think that's anybody's intent in the NFL, any player.
All right.
You guys on offense are running at the fastest tempo in the NFL in terms of how long between plays. So far you guys are the fastest. And I remember being out at the Star a couple years ago and talking to Dave Campo about that. Like, hey, how come NFL teams aren't willing to kind of go fast like colleges are? Mm-hmm. And he's like, man, the veterans will hate you. Because, so now you're a veteran now. You said it, 9 years in the league. When you go fast, do you go back to the sideline like, hey, coach, chill out?
Nah, I think the way we look at it, we call it it's a tempo method. And when you're up on the ball and you can, you're constantly attacking a defense. And, it's kind of like General Patton's, idea. We're always going to be on the offensive. We're always attacking these guys, And that goes back for us, too, as players. We got to make sure that we're in condition, that our bodies are ready to play. And, because it's giving us a chance to win. So anything that gives us a chance to win, we're going to jump all over it.
Love it. Love to hear that. What do you think of the Titans having a COVID situation this week when you go into the Cowboys facility? Is that top of mind, or what do you think about it popping up in the league with the franchise?
Yeah, I definitely think there's no way we could avoid this, man. COVID's definitely it's a wild situation we got going on, but here in the facility, I definitely feel like we're taking the right protocols and making sure that we're doing everything the proper way to make sure nobody's getting these, attracting the coronavirus. We got the little connect signs. We're wearing our masks and, practicing the physical distancing here in the facility. So I think we've been doing a good job of it.
As a younger man, were you an ice cream truck guy? Did you hear it coming through? You run out there, and what do you get from the ice cream truck?
Oh, yes, sir.
What was your go-to?
Oh, man, my go-to was a cherry screwball.
Yes!
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go.
Cherry screwball, and you got to get the hot sausages that were in the jar. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but the hot sausages.
Oh, hot tamales?
No, they were it was like a hot sausage that they would sell in the jar. I mean, naturally, ice cream truck selling hot sausage, they got to. But I would get a cherry screwball and a hot sausage, man, 75 cents.
And screwball was the one where you had the little gumball in the bottom and the
bottom
little
of the
wooden
cup.
stick
Yeah.
to eat it with, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Man.
Did you ever like the
Fast.
bomb pop? Were you a bomb pop guy at all? The red, white, and blue thing?
Oh, yeah, definitely was, man. So if it wasn't the screwball was definitely first. And then this one you guys might not even know about. Have you guys ever heard of the Choco Taco?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dudes.
See, I'm more of an ice cream guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the classic dessert. A lot of the ice cream truck stuff to me always came off as more of a popsicle.
Uh-huh.
And so the Choco Taco is more down my lane,
Yes,
cookie sandwiches, stuff like
sir.
that.
But I mean, if somebody offered me, a Spider-Man, the eyes,
Wolverine.
I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna politely accept it.
Ninja Turtle.
I love it. All right, Joe Looney, appreciate you. Best of luck on Sunday. Give him hell. We'll be pulling for you.
All right, guys, y'all have a blessed evening.
Yes, sir. You too.